Hey, I'm Brittany Sullivan with the Red Carpet Report here in Beverly Hills for the second annual Bloom Summit. So how are you doing today, this morning?
I'm doing great this morning. I did my daughter's makeup and my makeup congruently, so I feel good about my day so far.
Did you have, one hand on her, one hand on
No, we
you?
take turns.
Okay.
We practice taking turns. So it's mommy's turn to do an eyelash, and now mommy will help you with an eyelash. It takes a little bit longer. I need to program a little extra time in my day.
You know what? You know what though? It's really good. You're teaching her young, so do you think she'll start kind of picking up on by her own and start applying everything, or is that the hope?
I hope not. I hope
You
not.
hope not.
Because, I try and tell her, I'm like, okay, why do we put makeup on? We put makeup on so we feel good on the inside, but we always ask her, what makes you beautiful? And she says, my brain and my heart. So we got to keep that mantra alive. And I will do her makeup so I don't go crazy and do the spider eyelashes like I did in high school. Teach her the right way.
I remember in high school we were taught if you double up on the under eyelash, you can make it eyeliner. That's not a thing.
Yeah,
it's
right?
not a
the rub.
Yeah.
You know, the old rub is your eyelash, the messy, smudgy rub. Yeah. No, not a thing.
The very early thousands, that was a thing. And the small eyebrows too. I'm glad our eyebrows are all back too.
Yeah, the eyebrows are back and we stopped smudging. So it's a win.
It's like the bra of the face. So you have to essentially keep it, formulated properly.
Did you just call it the bra of the face?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. It's flawless. Your eyebrows, they're very much lifting up your whole face. You think
that is true. I've never thought about it.
So we were talking a little earlier about the CBD products and all of those. So are you going to get to go try out and venture into that whole area today?
Yeah, I'm curious to hear the panel.
Yeah.
I mean, people joke about it. I just produced this movie that's coming out in theaters called Miss Arizona, and in there's a funny line about the CBD oil, but so I laugh every time I want to learn about the CBD oil.
Yeah.
But I am curious about the healing properties, and I do think that a lot of that stuff can really help because stress is such a hard aspect, and stress alone can cause a lot of people some health issues. So I think if it can help stress and pain and anything like that, great, let's do it.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's been a great shift of I went from being in DARE to being say no to all of that, but now everyone's thinking maybe that's a better alternative, a natural alternative versus corrosive anxiety medicines. Back to it's stressors, it can really just calm you down in a natural way. Why be against it? So
yeah, I mean we so many people are on medication. I can't remember the stat, but I was looking it up at this one point, but it is an overwhelming number of people who are on medication. Yeah. And a lot of those, the medications don't think about the heart and the soul and the healing on a bigger level. And what seems to be happening with the CBD is it tends to take a more holistic look at it. It's here's one part of the healing, but also you have to work on these other aspects. It's not going to be a one pill fix all situation. Yeah.
Exactly. No, I'm a firm believer of, if your head's not right, just everything else will kind of, not follow right as well. So it's just combining CBD with a little bit of yoga, I think it's so important. What's your go-to to get you, physically right? What's your best workout you do?
Yeah, so I have two little kids. So
they're a workout.
I sweat a lot. But I think it's so important, even for anyone who has kids or anyone really, just to get even 20 minutes of a jog. I will just run down to the corner and run back. You don't need a gym membership. It doesn't take a lot of time. You can just be in and out. And then you can sweat and do some push-ups with your kids. And as long as I do that, and then my other one that I love is I'll do cardio bar once a week just to get a really good tone. And then I'll lift weights at home. I don't really ever go to the gym. I run outside. I like to hike with the kids, but to be able to get your heart rate up, just a quick jog every day.
I think it's super important too, the fact that you don't need a gym. And so I think that's a big mentality of okay, so I know what to do. It's going to, help my body. And so it's just you have that, you have, CBD, what are some other things you do mentally in terms of do you meditate and to keep your head right? Or what are some kind of me time activities you do to kind of keep your center?
So I did start meditating about a year ago, and it was really hard at first, and I only do 5 minutes a day, so I'm not an endurance meditator. But I sprint short little periods, but to be able to listen to the universe in a way that you just are sitting, and those 5 minutes the first time felt the longest because I'm not the best at just being still. Like I feel really relaxed. Yeah, when I'm running around, I feel really good. But as soon as I have to sit still, it's really hard. But the meditation has been huge. The exercise has been huge. I'm also really big into emotional hugging. So if you're having a really crappy day or you have negative emotions, to be able to vent those out in a productive way, whatever that means for you, whether you have a significant other that you're like, all right, I'm going to vent for a second, and then you can just release it to the universe so it doesn't fester. Yeah, so just vent in a productive way, in a safe space, and let it out, and then move on.
Yeah, no, that's... I'm entirely the same way. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me. Let's hug it out.
Okay, let's hug it out.
Thank you so much.